Hey hackers, welcome to Azefox Innovation's new video on HTTP status codes. Right. So in this video, we'll talk about different types of HTTP status codes that's been used by websites and web applications. Right. Let's get started. So yeah, what are HTTP status codes? Right. So you can think HTTP status code like quick responses from a friend. You ask something and they reply with either yes, no, or wait a second, right? That's exactly what status codes do, right? They actually tell you, if your request, like if your request got succeeded, failed, or requires more action, right? And generally, status codes are three-digit codes, right? So, like it may start from 100. The range actually start from for the HTTP status code start from 100 to 500, right? And it also helps in debugging, monitoring, and understanding server behavior, right? So categories of status code, right? These codes are divided into five families, as what I mentioned. First is the informational responses, where a request received but still processing, right? Then we have the success, which comes on the 200 slot, which means like a request completed successfully. And the 300 slot generally is for redirection, which means like resource, the requested resource got moved or fetch it from somewhere else, right? Then the 400 slot is about for client errors, which means like problem with the request itself, right? And for the 500 or for the server errors, it's like something went wrong on the server side, right? Success codes, right? So the most common success code is like 200 OK, which means everything worked as expected, right? Then there's 201 created, used when new data or resource has been successfully added, like like posting to an API, right? And 204, which means like no content, which means the request succeeded but there's nothing to return. Redirection codes. So redirection code, is actually guides the client, right? So for example, 301, which means moved permanently, tells you that a resource has shifted to a new permanent location. 302 found is a temporary redirection, right? And the 304, not modified, which actually works with caching, telling your browser to reuse the cached version instead of downloading again. Client error codes, right? So these are, the errors most people recognize. The 400 bad request means the request was malformed. When we have the 401, which means like unauthorized, means you need authentication. Then we have the 403 forbidden, which actually means that you are logged in but still not allowed, right? And the famous 404 not found, which means that the resource doesn't exist, right? And the 429 too many request signals that you have actually hit a rate limit. So server error code, right? So when the issue isn't your fault but the servers, you will see that you will see the 500 slot, right? The 5x66 slot, right? So 500 internal server is the generic failure. Then we have the which is like a generic failure from the server side. Then we have the 502 bad gateway, which means that the server got an invalid response from the upstream. Then we have the 503, right, which means like service is currently unavailable. Usually means the server is overloaded or under maintenance, right? Then we have the 504, gateway timeout, which appears when the server, takes too long to respond. So why status code matters, right? So status code are not just numbers; they are the essential. They are kind of essential for developers, sysadmins, and security professionals. They help debug issues, optimize APIs, and reveal security clues, right? For bug bounty hunters, for example, they can highlight hidden endpoints, authentication bypasses, or misconfiguration, right? So yeah, guys, that's what is all about HTTP status codes. In the upcoming videos, we'll mostly focus on web fundamentals, digging deeper into how web application works, what happens behind the scenes, and also common web application pen testing tools like burp, etc., etc. Right? So yeah, that's all for this video, right? We'll catch you all in another video. Right? Until then, bye. And make sure you follow and subscribe to Azefox Innovations for more informative videos. Bye.